Let's open up your Steam Deck. There are two steps before starting the disassembly. Number one is you need to press and hold your volume up plus button and the power button. This will take you into the BIOS mode. From there you need to go into the power menu and select battery storage mode. Your Steam Deck will shut down. Second thing is you must remove your MicroSD card in order to be able to take out your back case, otherwise you will break it. So you must remove it. So take out your MicroSD card, flip it over, and we'll be removing our back case. In order to remove the back case, there are 4 outer long Phillips screws, 1 2 3 4, and then there are 4 inner 1 2 3 4 small screws. So let's remove these 8 screws. Grab your plastic pry opening tool and we'll be pry opening our back case. It is very easy. There's only a few clips that we just need to pop out from the top and from the bottom here. It's very easy. Just go here, run it along. Yep. So see, one's popped out. Just gotta, yep, and the second one's popped out as well. That's done. We can now just, yep. These are one of the easiest back cases to remove comparing to Nintendo Switch, Switch Lite, other handhelds. Very easy. It just pops out. Once again, we'll be doing a bit of a full cleanup here as well. And let's go step by step, removing all these components. As always, we need to disconnect the battery first when trying to fully disassemble the device. In order to get to the battery, we'll be removing this shield. There are 3 screws. So these 2, that's 1, 2 here. And there is a 1 under this security seal. So that's a different size. I'm just going to try to remove it slowly. So that's your 3rd screw. So let's remove these 3 screws. We have 1, 2, and 3. You'll feel a slight resistance as there are some thermal pads there. There's nothing else connected. Try to loosen up the adhesive a little bit. Yeah, it comes out. So these are the thermal pads that's there. That's removed. Okay, that's your battery connector there. Sometimes this is tucked under here. So you just need to use your tweezers and get it out from this compartment here. And now you have some leverage to work. So gently rock back and forth and remove the battery connector. So now the battery connector is removed. We'll be removing the fan plus heat shield. There's 2 screws here, and then there's 2 small black screws here. Let's just mark black, black here, black. And this one, you cannot take this one out, but you still gotta unscrew it. We have one last cable remaining, the fan power cable. You can lift it up. You'll have some room to work with now. So it makes it easier if you try to wiggle back and forth, and you can gently remove it. That's your fan plus heatsink removed. We'll be cleaning up this paste and we'll be placing brand new paste. Let's remove our SSD. Just take out this screw and slide it out. If you have your joysticks damaged, it's very easy actually. You just gotta remove these two. Valve has made it very easy. You don't even need to do any of this. Generally, you won't need to be doing this much of a disassembly, but if you're opening up your console and replacing the joystick modules, you might as well have a look at the thermal paste and just place new thermal paste anyways. That's why we did it. Otherwise, you don't need to open it up this much to be able to remove your joystick modules. If you have a stick drift, damaged joysticks, worn out, they're skipping, that's your right and left joysticks. We'll be removing that next. Take out this cable and take out this screw, and this just pops out. That's it. As said, we did it this way just to check the thermal paste. I'm gonna replace it anyways. Highly recommend, if your Steam Deck is a year old, then might as well place new thermal paste as well. Okay, this comes out. So that's your full joystick module along with the magnetic cap. So that's this side removed. Pretty much the same thing on this side. Take out the 3 screws, take out the cable, remove the joystick. Slide it out. That's your left joystick module removed. We'll be removing our motherboard. In order to remove our motherboard, we'll be removing these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 screws. And then we have this cable that's connected on the other side of the board, and then we have this audio board cable that's connected on the other side of the board. I'll be just taking this one out. Let's just remove this one. This is the main one that we need to be taking out. So once that is out of the way, peel this off. So this is the main cable that we need to be taking out. Then you have this LCD cable that we need to take out, and we have 3 cables here. So that's your speaker cable and 2 antenna cables here. Let's go through step by step. Let's pop this LCD cable out, connect it to the main board, and slide it out. Okay, so that's removed. Very good. You just need to gently peel off this foil cover. I'm just going to peel off this much and take out the antenna cables. Once you have this much peeled up, they're labeled here, so number 2 is here. Take this out, and then you have this one. So that's 2 removed. The speaker cable, you just need to gently rock back and forth and take it out. Okay, all you need to remember is just the way they are feeding through here. These 3 removed, LCD cable removed, this board cable removed. We'll now remove these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. We'll be flipping our board this way. I'm just going to take it out from this clip here. You just gotta remember to flip it out this way and disconnect this audio board cable. That's removed. That's our main board removed. Let's remove our L2, R2 buttons. I'm just going to show you what we'll be doing here. That's our R2, L2 buttons. There's a spring there, and it comes out as well, but you can put it back very easily. Slide it in there. So that's the spring. Now, so this button is pretty much just sitting there with this. So all I'm going to do there, I'm just going to get in there, unhook it from this and pull it up as well. this is what we'll be doing here. I'll just try to show it. So I'm just gonna get in this here and keep holding the button as well, because the spring will, yep. So once you have that, a bit of a leverage, take your time here. So this is unhooked from here, and now I just gotta pull it out. So I'm just gonna keep holding it, and then wiggle it here, and this comes out. So that's the step to remove this button. Pretty much the same thing on this side as well. Once again, this is the opposite side now, so now you gotta unhook it from this side, get in there and pull it out. Okay, what we're doing here, I'm just gonna get in there, keep holding the button from here. This requires a bit of a practice. I've done it a few times. So now you can see it's unhooked from that there. And now gently rock back and forth. So that's our button removed. That's how you do it. We'll be removing these button board assemblies, the right button board assemblies and the left button board assemblies. They're very simple and easy to remove. Let's start from this right side here. Let's remove these 3 screws. You just need to take a note of these. So they are different size. So these 2 are the same, and then you have one slightly bigger one here. So they are labeled. So the 2 blue ones, they go here, and a slightly bigger one that's here. So that's your 3 screws removed. Take out this bracket. That's this bracket removed. Let's remove from this side as well. Once again, 2 blue and then one slightly bigger screw. Take out this bracket. Okay, back to this side. Now, we'll be removing this R button board. There's 4 screws, so 3, 1, 2, 3, and there's an arrow there, so it tells you where the board screws are, so you don't get confused. So 3, 1, 2, 3 small, and 1 slightly bigger screw here in this corner. So keep a note of this. So that's 4 screws we'll be removing, and we'll be taking out all these cables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cables. So let's just remove the cables first. Use your flathead pliers here. So I'm just going to unclip. We don't need to remove this joystick module cable. This speaker connector, it is a bit fragile, so go slow here. You have to go in there at an angle and take it out. That's out. Let's slide out these cables. So that's all the cables removed from this board. Let's take out the screws. That's 4 screws removed. We can now just lift up this board. That's your right board removed. We'll be removing the quick access controls button from here as well, and the rubber, so that goes all in one. So take this out and take this out. So that's removed. On this side, pretty much the same thing. We have 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, and one slightly bigger one. So 4 screws we'll be removing. We'll be taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cables. Once again, the speaker cable is a bit fragile. Take your time with it. That's removed. Slide out the remaining cables. Let's remove the 4 screws. Lift up the board. Okay, so the rubber comes with it. The steam button is there. So take out this rubber as well. Take out the steam button. So that's removed. That's your this board assembly. Let's continue. We'll be removing these 2 mouse sensor boards as well. So let's take these 2 out. 4 screws and this just lifts up. Same on this side, 4 screws and this just lifts up. Gently lift it up. That's your mouse board along with the 4 screws. Same thing on this side. Let's remove these 4 screws and take this out. We'll be removing our R1, L1 buttons next. There's 2 screws on each side. The one, it's marked here blue, so you just gotta remember it that yeah, there's a tiny bit of a blue marking here. So this goes here, and there's a tiny bit of blue marking here as well. Valve made it quite easy, so there are some markings there. It's already. So let's remove these 2 screws. Take out this R1 board. Now you'll have this rubber there as well, or it's sitting there. Let's take out all these buttons here and the 4 action buttons. They've even made it easier where to put these action buttons. So it's written there, A, X, and Y is written there as well. So A, X, Y, B, it goes here. Very nice. Same thing on this side. Let's remove these 2 screws, remove the rubber, and take out the D-pad. Let's remove our audio board. In order to remove the audio board, these are the steps. I'm not going to be taking out the cable from here. It's extremely difficult to get it in there. We'll be just gently peeling this off from here, taking out the 2 screws and taking out this ribbon cable. Okay, let's start here. Take out this and pull out this one. No need to remove that. Gently peel off this adhesive. It's pretty strong, so you can reuse it. And then there's a marking there, a bit of a guide to put it back. Done. Peel this off. Let's take out the 2 screws. Now you just need to separate this headphone jack. So I'm just gonna move this here and try to, yeah. So you should be able to lift it out from here. Yeah, so this comes out easily, or you can pull from here. So that's your audio board with the audio K-flex cable removed. We'll be removing our LCD. In order to remove the LCD, these are the steps. All we have to do is just take out this ribbon cable from its connector. We're flipping it over, and I'll be using, there are quite a few ways to do it. I'll be using a bit of heat gun, applying the heat here, and take out this screen. Okay, let's do this. I'm just going to leave this cable here on this magnesium frame attached. All we have to do is just gently peel this off from here, and you'll expose the connector here. Just unclip it and take out the cable from this connector. That's all. Slide it out and just close this connector just to be on the safe side. Okay, and leave this cable here. It is it's already very well aligned. That's all the step we have to do in order to remove the LCD. Grab your pry opening tools, heat gun. This process does take 12 to 15 minutes. You have to go quite slow. My aim is I'm just going to pry it open from one of these openings here, and I'm just going to keep prying it open. Try not to lift up as much as you can. Try your best not to lift up. All we gotta do is just loosen up the adhesive under there, and the screen should separate itself. You need a bit of patience, so just go very slow with it. Okay, so the aim is to find an opening here. Okay, beautiful. So once you have this small little edge there, now I'm gonna go super slow and try to hit it up and loosen the adhesive. So once you have this opening there, that's very good. Okay, it's coming off easily from here. So I'm just going to put this one, slide it in there, keep holding it. Moving on to the next bit. This side is done. Let's continue along this side. Okay, that's very good. So now you have starting to lift up this side, so we are done with one side pretty much. Let's just get in there, try to peel off this. Okay, so this side comes off very easily now. Almost there. I just got this side left. Once again, double check it that you're not pulling it out. So I'm just going to try to still peel off the adhesive as much as I can. There's this adhesive left here. That's pretty much it, and our LCD screen is removed. There's a bit of a patience. It will take 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. So go slow and you'll be able to remove it. We can put new adhesive or we can reuse some of it as well to put back this screen. So I'm just going to try to reuse it. It is very strong. It is very good. Okay, so that's our LCD removed. We'll be removing our magnesium frame. In order to remove the magnesium frame, there are 4 silver screws on this side. 1, 2. They're marked with red. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll be peeling off the 2 speaker modules. There's a bit of adhesive there. We'll be peeling these 2 speaker modules. Flip it over and we have 6 black screws on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's peel off the speaker modules. Just gotta get in there and lift it up. Remove this from here, that's removed. Same thing on this side. Okay, so that's removed as well. Let's remove the 4 silver screws. Gently lift it up. A bit of adhesive here as well. You'll feel a teeny tiny bit of resistance. That's okay. That's removed. We'll be removing our daylight sensor. There's a bit of adhesive there. You can just use some teeny tiny bit of Isopropyl alcohol to loosen up the adhesive. And this should pop out easily. Gentle peel. Yep, so that comes out. This one's out. Yep, so that's your sensor comes out as well. We have our mouse sensors left. Take out the 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll be able to remove this. Lift it up. Same thing on this side. take out the 4 screws and take it out. That's our shell remaining, ready for some buttons. Take out this. You can take out this button set from here and this as well. And that's pretty much it. Let's start the assembly. We'll be starting with our front case. So flip it over. We'll be placing our mousepad sensors. So you just align them, place it in, place the 4 screws. Very easy. So the cables go this way and place the 4 screws. Same thing on this side, place it in, align it, place the 4 screws. Before placing our taillight sensor, just double check the button rubber. So these buttons and the rubber is in place. If not, it's just very well aligned. There's a couple of, just gotta place them in these clips back in. So that's back in, buttons there, that's good. Let's place our taillight sensor. So it's nothing fancy. Just follow the pattern. Place this in first. There's plenty of adhesive there, so it will stick. It's pretty strong adhesives. That's done. This side is done. Everything's in place. Time to place our magnesium frame. So it aligns it's very easily. So one here, and make sure this cable is out of the way. Cables here, that's smooth. This goes here, this goes here. Make sure this is tucked here, back in here. So the adhesive, there's plenty of adhesive, still very good, super strong. So that'll stay, that's there. Let's place our 4 silver screws on this side. This side done, cables out of the way, LCD cables there. Flip it over and we'll be placing the 6 black screws to secure our magnesium frame. Before placing our LCD back on, I'm just going to quickly clean up some of these extra adhesive and just make sure there is nothing extra on here. You can use some fresh one. This is pretty solid as well. Make sure there is no double ups here because the screen will be lifted up, so that's what I'm trying to do. I already did clean up a little bit. You can put more here. You can put more adhesive stripes. Yes, some is bad still. There's plenty there that'll keep the screen in place. All we have to do is now align this LCD connector here and just place it in. That's pretty much it. So this goes there and this goes there. Once that is done, I just want to make sure, yep, so that is aligned. In order to secure it, you just gotta, I have added a little bit on the LCD as well. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to apply a little bit of heat so that the new adhesive sticks back on. That's plenty. The heat will do its work and it will stick to it. Perfect. We can continue with our assembly while this adhesive is getting in place. Let's just connect this LCD cable now. So peel this off a little bit and place this cable back in. Open up and slide this in. Beautiful. So that's done. Place this back on here. This cable is in place. Perfect. LCD is back on. I'm going to be using this microfiber cloth. Don't want to damage any of the LCDs, so we'll be using this from here onwards. We'll be placing our audio board back on. Just align it, 2 screws. Rest will automatically align here. So this is the way I do it. Place it in there. And you just gotta, so once this audio connector is in, so this sits there and perfectly okay now. Rest is all aligned automatically, so we don't have to do much. Just put this cable back on here as close as possible. So see, it's moved a little bit, so I'm just going to try again. So this is going to be going a little bit there. I'm going to start from here. So there's a marking there as well, pretty much your guide that you can use. Yep, so now it's perfectly aligned. That's good. Just want to place this cable back in. So it's already opened up. So place this in. Yep. So once that is in, I'm just going to close this connector. Doesn't look like it's all the way in. So now it's in, and now gently press it down. Okay, perfect. Let's place the 2 screws. Okay, audio board is in. Just press the buttons. Just make sure they're getting pressed. That's all good. This was in place. Tuck this back in here, so that's good. I'm just going to put back these 2 speaker modules back in here and align it and press it down. Plenty of adhesive there, so this goes in here. And this one is already in its place. Press it down. Make sure it's there. To this, your fan, and this cable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Battery is there. Very good. We'll be placing our mouse pad boards. Place the boards and place the 4 screws. We just gotta align it and place them in there. So this goes in here. Place the 4 screws. That's this board done. Let's place this one on this side. Let's place the buttons, all these buttons and the rubber L1 side. So let's start from this side. Place the D-pad. Place the view button. This is the menu. Yeah, this is the main view, I think. Yeah, this is the view button. I'll be placing this rubber back on. So this goes here first. Align it, and then we're placing, so this goes under here. Okay, so this sits there. Okay, perfect. So it should be sitting like this. So let's place the 2 screws. Let's do this side. Let's place these buttons first. Once again, they're all labeled here. So A goes here. Place this view button here. Place this R1 button assembly. So once again, this goes under here. Okay. Place the 2 blue screws. 1, 2. We'll be placing our button boards next. So let's start the right side of the button board. Place this quick access controls button here along with this rubber. That's done. Let's place our button board back on. So this aligns here. So it's placed in there like this. Okay, there are 3 screws here, 1, 2, 3, and there's a slightly bigger one here. So that's the one that goes in this corner. So this side is done. Let's do this side. Place the steam button and the rubber here. Place this button board back on. So this just goes in there once again. And that's the clip where I need to place this. Yep, align it there and the rest will follow. Place the 4 screws once again. The slightly bigger one goes in this corner. And the remaining 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Let's connect all these cables back on one by one. Yeah, so you just want to make sure these arms are there so that it fits in perfectly. So like this, it has to be like this. Same thing there. So it shouldn't be sitting flushed. Speaker cable, you can just place it in very easily. That's very good. This side is done. Let's do this side. Yep, so that's in. So these cables are in, all these cables are in, these cables are in. Let's place our trigger buttons back on. Let's do this side along with the 3 screws. So this goes in here first. This sits there, so let's place the 3 screws. 1, 2, 3 here. So the 2 blue screws go here, and this is a slightly bigger one, so just make a note of that. So these are the 2 blue screws. I think this one might have just one less groove there. That's pretty much it. So this one, there's no marking on this one. That goes. Next is we'll be placing this back on. So this goes there. So I'm gonna place this in this first. Easiest way would be, so you just can put one side very easily. The second side is you have to apply some force to be able to get in there. So once that is in, I can see that one I can get in here. So once it's in, the other one I'm just going to try to bring it and it'll snap back on. Yep, see, So that's very good. This requires practice. This pretty much is practice. I've done it like a million times, so it gets easier and easier. Same thing on this side. Let's place this here. Place the 3 screws. Once again, place the 2 blue screws marked with the blue. They go in here, and a slightly bigger one is there. Once the 2 screws are in, place the slightly bigger one in this corner. Same story with this L2 trigger button. Place your spring back on. So I'm just going to put the spring first here, then align one side and push it down. So yep, that one side is in. Now you gotta just bring this side back on and press it down. It'll snap back. We'll be placing our motherboard. In order to place our motherboard back on, all right, so we're gonna place 2 cables first. So this one's already connected. This one's gotta go in there as well. Board goes this way, and you gotta just flip it. Open up this connector, and you gotta twist this cable this way and place it in. There's a little bit of less room here. So once it's sitting there, flip it. Now we're gonna move all these cables out of the way here. Battery connector, this one, and there are 3 here. Once again, this gets in the way a lot. So now our motherboard is sitting flushed. Battery connector I'll be connecting right at the end. This one's connected, this one's connected, this one's there. Perfect. Okay, let's place the 3 motherboard screws. Okay, just do a quick button check so the power button is getting pressed. Yep. Volume up and down, that's okay. Let's connect all these cables now. So the LCD cable here. Now you have this speaker cable. This goes here. And then you have these 2. Put this back on. That's the problem with thermal paste. I'm just going to quickly clean up. Sometimes accidentally you go extra. We'll be placing our fan plus heatsink assembly and connecting the fan power connector. Align it, place it in, and connect this fan connector. That's in. The screw is already there, so let's just put this back in first. We have one black screw here and two small black screws here. Let's place our right and left joystick modules. Align it, align very well. Yep, once aligned, place the 3 screws here. Connect this cable. We're placing our left side of the joystick module. Once again, it's just a simple alignment. Place the 3 screws. Let's place this cable. Done. We'll be placing our SSD back on. Just align it and put back this screw. It's time to place our shield, but before placing our shield, we have to connect our battery connector. Just slide it in. I think something is not sitting very flushed here. So yep. Move this here. Let's place our shield back on. So they gotta press it down. Place the 2 screws and one long or the bigger screw here. So that's the one, then the security screw. Let's place our back case back on. Just align it, place it in there. We'll be placing the 4 outer long Phillips screws and the 4 inner Phillips screws. All done.